Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we've got quite a popularly requested one. We'll be taking the diesel Jeep Wrangler for a drive. As you can see, it's dark, so I thought we'd take it out for a night drive. At least that's what I'll call the video. So this is something that I haven't featured on my channel too much, this vehicle, but a lot of you guys have requested it quite a bit, so we're gonna do it. Just turn the headlights on, dim the screen, and edge our way out of this parking spot. Now, just for this drive, we're going to be in two-wheel drive mode and we're going to be on the road. Just so you guys know that. Okay then, so as we come out onto the road, let's tell you a bit about this truck. So this is actually Mrs. DL's daily driver. It's a 2008 Jeep Wrangler diesel. It's got the 2.8 diesel engine in it, 4-cylinder, producing 177 brake horsepower. So it's quite it's not a bad motor for this car. I suppose 2.8 and 177 horsepower isn't fantastic in the grand scheme of things, but it's not really about that. It's about torque and chugging up hills and over obstacles. So that's what we're going to be showing you. It's got the 4-speed automatic transmission, so Chrysler transmission, or GM derived, and it's fairly stout. No, sorry, Chrysler derived. It's actually been rebuilt. It was rebuilt by the previous owner before we bought it because it failed. Which is extremely rare. The owner before him obviously didn't take very good care of it, and for 3 MOTs in a row it was leaking, and then he bought it and then it blew up. So unfortunately he didn't do his homework and had to fork out £2,000 for a full gearbox rebuild, which had less than 3,000 miles on it when we bought this truck. So yeah, really fortuitous for us, I suppose, but I absolutely love it. This is my favourite vehicle of all time that I've ever driven. It's just hilarious. It's great fun. I mean, it's awful in every facet of a vehicle. It's loud, it's not got a smooth ride, it's got awful handling. It is I think practical because it's the 2-door, so you can only fit 2 people in it, or if you've got some friends who are above knee amputees, they could probably get in the back. It's rubbish on fuel and it's slow, but all of those things come together and culminate into an absolutely brilliant vehicle. It's just hilarious. What I love about it is the setup we've got on. We've got a rugged ridged steel front bumper. We've got 32-inch tyres, or 33-inch tyres I think they are actually, and it's just unstoppable off-road and on-road, to be honest. I haven't found a situation where it's got stuck at all. All you do is just change in the transfer case, change it into 4 high or 4 low depending on how severe your mud is, and that's it. But as you can hear, there's quite a lot of road noise from those big Toyo open country all-terrain tyres, and the steering wheel shakes, and it's just brilliant. But the one thing that this car is extremely comfortable. That's what I was most surprised about. We bought it in Reading, and we live in Herefordshire, so that's 2-3 hour drive, and Mrs. DL drove it, having never driven it at all. I was in my Volvo, which at the time she wasn't insured on, so we insured this, and she then had to drive this for 3 hours home, on a mixture of motorways and A roads, and she absolutely loved it. We're at 30 miles an hour now. I'll put my foot down so you guys can, actually we're at 35 to give it a fair comparison. Put my foot down flat, it's 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So you could probably hear there that we didn't have many gears left. I think we were in fourth then at 60, but yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. I mean, we've got a tent box classic on the roof on top of a big exo roof rack, so again, not the most aerodynamic of vehicles. And then you've got this literally upright windscreen and upright front as well, which again, not very aerodynamic, but as a result you get pretty poor fuel economy. We're getting, well, let's actually take a look what it's reporting live here. 21.8 miles per gallon. Now a few of you suggested that might be American miles per gallon, which actually works out that this truck's doing around 25 to the gallon. I don't know, I always seem to be filling this up, or Mrs. DL does, and it's about 85 quid, and that'll do you 300 miles. You don't tend to get more than 300 miles, so yeah, I haven't done the maths on it, but it's not particularly cheap to run. As well, tax £600 for the year, so not very cheap either in that regard. It's 255 grams per kilometre out of this thing, so every 4 miles you've emitted a kilo of CO2, so it's not the most planet friendly vehicle, but you've got to have some things that you enjoy in life, haven't you? So yeah, in terms of interior, as you can see, we've got an aftermarket, I've just turned it off, an aftermarket infotainment system here. I'll just turn this on. As you can see, it's all been custom made. It's got a switch here that adjusts the brightness for the darkness, and it's also got a reset switch as well. For when it freezes, because it's got Apple CarPlay, and those of you that have dealt with Apple CarPlay knows that it likes to freeze a lot. So that is quite a good little system. I use it for my Bluetooth because I'm an Android person. Mrs. DL's an iPhone girl, so she used it for her iPhone. But yeah, this thing has been all over the UK since we've had it. It's been, like I said, it was a dream vehicle of mine. Mrs. DL didn't know she loved it until she bought it, and then she hadn't really considered Jeep Wranglers until I mentioned them. So from her A-Class Mercedes, and yeah, I begged her to get this basically, but she went for it, and she said she would never have another car again now. She absolutely loves this thing. So it has been pretty much anywhere with the tent box, etc. We go on adventures. We've gone off-roading all through mid Wales, which is beautiful, over to Aberystwyth, which was quite nice. We've also been all the way over up to Porthmadog, and basically toured all the way around Wales. Been down south in it, and in total we've done 10,000 miles in just under a year. It'll be a year at the end of March, so in 10 months we've done 10,000 miles, which isn't bad considering Mrs. DL works 2 days a week, and that work is 7 miles away. So it is, because she's not exactly a power commuter. So yeah, as you can see, we do use it a fair bit, and to be honest, that's mainly me at the weekend saying, can we take it to this place, or can we go here, or can we go here? And Mrs. DL, bless her, just agrees. But we're actually on the commute that she does now. So yeah, as a vehicle, like I said, it's compromised in every way, but it's still a comfortable vehicle. It's a good vehicle. I can't find anything wrong with in terms of, there's no reason why I'd want to get rid of it. It just sort of gets its claws into you, and you can't help but love it. And yeah, the steering wheel's giant, as you can probably see here. I'll just turn the lights on so you can. Yeah, it's a pretty big steering wheel, and the steering is extremely vague. As you can see, I'm moving the steering wheel quite a bit, and the truck's barely moving. We've got to really steer quite a bit to get it to do anything, but that's obviously all to do with off-roading. It's all to do with how sort of protecting your hands as you go over rocks and stuff. It doesn't snap the steering wheel around, and as you go up in speed, it does become more reactive. It's not too bad in that regard, which is good. I am finding that I'm having to top up power steering fluid every now and then, which suggests we might have a leak somewhere in the system. It's nothing major. It's not like I'm having to do it every week. Well, I've had to do it twice in a year, so it's not too bad. And the good thing is that you can actually use transmission fluid for that. The fluids are interchangeable in these Jeeps, so that's pretty cool. For those of you that don't know, Jeep Wrangler, you can remove the doors, you can remove the windscreen, the bonnet, the roof, or if you want to leave the rear roof on, you can take these front panels out, which are directly above the driver's compartment, and that is pretty awesome. We've done that. It's called the Freedom panels, typically American. Freedom panels that you can undo and take off, and yeah, just have a lot of fun. This car is just all about having fun. It's designed for recreation, but is usable enough that you could use it every day. And if my budget was stretched, I would have one as well. I absolutely love these trucks. Now we seem to be doing somewhat of an economy run, because I filled it up earlier. It had about a quarter of a tank, and it cost me about £56 it cost me, and it's been showing 306 miles for the past 15 miles, so I think the computer needs to catch up there. But one thing I do, one of the many things that I love about this truck is that it's a real conversation starter with people. It's not a truck that people think you're an idiot for driving. People seem to have quite a lot of respect for it. Around here in Herefordshire, everybody's got a Defender, and people love the fact that this stands out from the crowd, but it's still that rugged utilitarian kind of truck. So it's extremely popular. I mean, even today, I was going through the local village and stopped at the shop, and there was kids surrounding it, and they wanted to take pictures. One lad was filming it, and yeah, it was just a really positive thing. It's nice to see young people that excited about cars still. I think a lot of people, especially with recent news, the environmental stuff that's been going on, COP26, a lot of people have been made to, or cars have been made out to be the bad thing. Cars have been made out as if it's going to be the end of us, which it may well be, but I don't think cars are as much of an issue as various other things in the planet right now. Cars are just an easy one to tackle, which is, unfortunately for us petrol heads, the sad reality that we have to face. So we've got to try and enjoy things like this while we can. But seeing it, how it inspired younger people, even older people. I have people come up to me and ask to take pictures of it. Mrs. DL, bless her, can't go to the petrol station without someone asking her about it, so I have to brief her up on the specs and everything like that. But yeah, it is just a vehicle that makes everybody happy, which I think in today's day and age is just something that you need. And to make, if you can make someone's kid happy or excited, so he runs home from school and tells his parents about what he saw, then for me that's 100% worth it. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of aftermarket support for these as well, so you can modify them quite extensively. We've got JW speaker lights at the front, so we've got fog lights like that, and also we've got the headlights as well, which are very nice, all LEDs. We've got, like I said, the front bumper. We've also got a CB radio, which I suppose you might be able to see the aerial on the front bumper, and we've got a radio mounted here, which is quite cool. What else has it got? Obviously it's got the EXO roof rack, aftermarket steel wheels, uprated all-terrain tyres, and it's just generally hilarious. They've also got wild boar handles here as well, which help you get in and out of the truck. But yeah, I mean, I've serviced it. It's very easy to work on this truck. It's like Meccano, a lot of it. You can do most of it with one spanner. You can take most stuff off with an Allen key and a spanner. So from that point of view, you can't go wrong. Maintenance wise, they don't need much either. They probably need servicing every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, oil changes, air filters dead easy to do, bonnet opens right up like a military truck and leans on the top of the windscreen, so there's easy access to it. Bulbs and everything, dead easy to do, no tools required, and it just makes a lot of sense. I wish sort of more vehicles like that compared to what they are nowadays, but yeah, it's a genre of vehicle that unfortunately in the UK we don't seem to get much. In the States you're fairly spoiled with sort of the new Ford Bronco and the endless amount of Jeeps that there are. What else? There's plenty of other sort of these lifestyle vehicles that are just awesome fun, and unfortunately we don't get here in the UK. But yeah, I'll shut up for a bit now and let you guys enjoy the drive as we make our way to wherever we're going. Because of the dimmable mirror as well, so you can flick it out, stopping blinding you. This particular truck actually has got 94,600 miles, which doesn't seem to be much mileage for these. I've actually seen one with this diesel engine do well over 250,000 miles. So they're pretty stout trucks, made by a company called VM Motori, which is an Italian company that's bought by Fiat, which make diesel tractor engines, which is quite apt really for this thing. And as a result, it's fairly low stressed, pokey, punchy little engine. Yes, I have got an indicator bulb out. That's due to be fixed, but Mrs. DL wanted to do it herself, bless her. So we're going to do that together tomorrow. But yeah, it's just fabulous truck. Okay then guys, so I'm probably going to call that one there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the Jeep. Let me know if you'd like to see more on it. It'd be interesting to know your guys' thoughts on it. And I will see you next video. Cheers!